Today, I want to read you some excerpts that DaShaun White gave to John Shinn in his OU Diehards Q&A that I think are really, really insightful, as well as some highlight tape of DaShaun White because, well, I'm feeling in a highlight tape kind of mood. All that's coming up after the bumper. Bumper.
What do you mean you don't subscribe to my son's YouTube channel?
Mama, no!
Just snap the damn ball, RJ.
What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. Today, I want to talk about DaShaun White, 4-star linebacker, signee, that we all thought that we flipped from Texas A&M late in January, but that so was not the case. And I'm going to tell you more about that, but first, if this is your first time here, consider hitting the like and subscribe button, because I upload a video every single day. It's always OU related, college football related, sports related, unless I won the Natty Light contest in which I come apart on screen again, which is kind of a thing for me. Also, I want to tell you about my book that's coming out. It's called Let It Bang. You can pre-order it in a link below. This is what it looks like. I'm really excited about it, and I'm asking you to pre-order it because that really helps booksellers know that this is a book that they should have in their stores, that should be distributed widely, and that'd be great for me because I like writing books as much as I like making these videos every single day. All right, so DaShaun White. First, kudos to John Shinn for getting down to Richland to talk with DaShaun White and ask some really interesting questions. I'm gonna put a link in the description below where you can find the full Q&A, but here, now, as the highlights run, I want to read some questions that John Shinn posed to DaShaun White about his recruitment and about how he settled on OU that I think that you ought to know that are really insightful and cool. The first thing that John Shinn asked him that I thought was really insightful and I thought that recruits that might watch this video should know is this. Shinn asked, if you could go back to last year, what piece of recruiting advice would you give yourself? White says, to stay patient. I can still remember it like it was yesterday. There were a lot of nights where I'd cry in my bed. I was watching the guys around me get offered or get recognized. I felt like I was that caliber of player. When was my time coming? Yeah, patience would be the big thing. The next thing I want to highlight that Shinn asked was, you seem to be very calculated throughout the recruiting process, but announced your decision at the U.S. Army All-American Bowl on January 6th. Was that when the final decision was made? White said, it was actually quite a while before then. I actually committed on October 30th after an official visit during Oklahoma's game against Texas Tech. I had known for a while. The reason I never came out with it was I wanted to be deliberate and make sure. If that's what I wanted to do with such a big decision, I wanted to be 100% on it, no looking back. That Texas Tech weekend has turned out to be really big, I might add, as that seems to be the visit that turned 5-star cornerback Brendan Buki Radley-Hiles into a Sooner as well. So all of these visits matter. What was it like going to the U.S. Army All-American Bowl with so many future teammates? White said, it was fun. It gave me an opportunity to get to know them. I knew. I don't think all the commits knew about my commitment, but I think running back TJ Pledger and Buki knew. I went down there and wanted to get a feel for Ron, or both the Rons. Ends Ron Tatum and Ronnie Perkins. Big Mike Thompson. I got to know those guys outside of football was big for me. Those guys are different mentally wise. I don't know how to explain it. They love what they do, and they do it to the best of their ability. That is exactly what I would like to hear from any recruit, that he wants to get to know his teammates and that his teammates all love football and that they're here and that they want it. That's awesome. I love that. White was then asked, what's the most creative thing a school did to get your attention? White said, I don't know. I guess there was a point where Texas, OU, and A&M were all coming hard. There was a week where Texas coach Tom Herman came on Thursday, and Oklahoma inside linebacker Tim Gish came that same day. Me and Coach Herman took a picture, and my dog posed for the picture. After that, there were all these edits for my dog. It was funny. Hey man, we'll do almost anything to get your attention. Seriously. White was asked then, what's the funniest thing that happened to you on a recruiting trip? White said, it was actually on my official visit to Oklahoma. I was out with Charleston Rambo and Hollywood Marquise Brown, and there were some bigger guys, offensive and defensive linemen. We were out, and there was some guy on the street, and he was mad. I don't know what he was mad about, but we were all laughing. He was making a big scene. He looks at us and says, what are you guys laughing about? He runs up on us, and while he's doing that, he swings and just falls on the ground, and we all bust out laughing. It is funny. That's also the kind of story that I don't think that most OU coaches would want out there, but, you know, it's nice to know that that happens from time to time, that, you know, something that could go really bad actually turns out funny, because we've had our share of bad lately. White was asked, was there a school that disappointed you in recruiting? White said, you could say Clemson. That was my dream school as a kid. You could also say that Texas disappointed me a little bit because they came in as late as they did. Whenever things were really hot for me, before I committed to Texas A&M in July, if they would have offered me then, I probably would have committed. To which I would say every kid who grows up in Texas wants to go to Texas. And I can't stress that enough. Every time we get a kid out of Oklahoma, it's because we did a better job recruiting. Because Texas has the inside track on Texas players, which means that Texas has no excuses for being trash. We recruit better, we're a better program. I gotta put this in here because White said it. The question was, which head coach that you didn't sign with was the nicest? Or did they just shut it off? And White said, yeah, Coach Herman shut it off. I think we're beginning to see why some Texas fans have already had it up to here with Herman, and he's gonna be on a very short leash. These are not the kind of words that I've heard said about Lincoln Riley, Cale Gundy, Kerry Cooks, any of our master recruiters. All right, I hope you enjoyed the highlights. I hope you enjoyed this Q&A. There's a link in the description to it below. The Woosah podcast comes out later this week. That's it for me. If you like the videos, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you tomorrow. Deuces.